and all that. All right, it's a friend of yours.
That's Chief Photographer.
Oh, okay. Detective Sergeant Michael Mangina, Irondale Police Department. The District Attorney for Jefferson County is also on the scene with us here, Brendan Falls. He's with me as well as other members of his department. Basically, we are involved in an officer-involved shooting that occurred at this location behind me. All of this started around 5:30 this evening, and Aaliyah is also on the scene right now. They are the ones who are leading this investigation, but it is an officer-involved shooting involving the Irondale Police Department. Our officers are fine. And that's really all of the information that I can say right now. I would just refer you to Aaliyah for more details and more comment from them. But that's all I can say.
Can you tell us how many officers were involved?
I would rather not at this time. Gotcha. I would rather you get all that from them.
Gotcha.
You know, and this is the standard protocol. When there's an officer-involved shooting, we call in an outside agency to do the investigation, and of course we call the district attorney's office, and they're here as well. But this is the standard protocol: officer-involved shooting. You call an outside agency to do the investigation, and that's what we've done. Aaliyah is on the scene, and they're working this investigation.
Gotcha. Now that body's been sitting out there for quite some time. Any idea why it's been sitting out there uncovered, just sitting there for at least 3 hours now?
Well, I was always taught that you don't cover up evidence, and that's evidence.
Okay.
And we had to, since Aaliyah is the investigating agency, you know, we had to wait for them to get here.
Is the suspect handcuffed? Looked like it from a distance.
I believe he is.
Which vehicle was the suspect in?
I'd rather not say that. I'm sorry, y'all. If you don't mind, just if you can just get the rest of the information from Aaliyah, and I appreciate it. Y'all are always real gracious to us, and I try to be cool with y'all too. But I just can't really talk a lot about it.
Just one suspect. You're not looking for anybody else.
I'm not going to say that. We don't think that there's another suspect at large.
But one deceased.
All right, Mr. Falls?
Sure. I'm not going to say anything any different. You want to hear it the same way?
Oh, I mean, you were just... Hang on. Oh, sorry.
It's in your pocket. Okay.
You were basically telling us how, with any officer-involved shooting in Jefferson County, you're here.
Yes. So my office responds to all homicides, any officer-involved shooting, and I will come out to the scene myself as well. So we have our investigator with my office, prosecutor in my office, and myself. We all three come out tonight.
What are some of the things that you kind of offer whenever you come out to a scene like this?
Try to make sure that, first of all, that there is another agency that's going to be investigating the case. We have a standard protocol with Aaliyah that they respond to these scenes. I know my investigator was in touch with them as soon as he found out about the shooting. But also it allows me to see the scene. At some point we're going to have to make a determination based on the investigation. So it helps to be able to see the scene, what it looked like, and that certainly assists in making my determination.
Can you release any preliminary findings yet?
No.
Just have to ask.
It's still pretty early. And you don't want anyone to cover the body until you've had photographs taken, the evidence tech that's going through the scene.
Gotcha.
Now, you will have a situation where paramedics who do respond and make that call that someone's deceased, they will try to administer life support.
Absolutely.
But so there is usually some movement of the body, but the time frame is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It really is. But we're waiting for Leah officers. They're spread out all over the state, and they respond to these. Most departments
Gotcha.
have worked out an agreement with them to do the investigation. So they're spread out and have to come to us. And sometimes it's fast, and sometimes it takes a little while.
So is anyone from Aaliyah on the scene yet?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Investigators with Aaliyah are here.
Okay. And this is quite a roped-off area that you guys got here. Is it just because of, given the location of where we are in Birmingham, a lot of people coming through work, a lot of possible, for lack of a better word, contamination of a crime scene?
Let's keep the press back.
Oh, hey, man.
No, it's to make sure that we have as large a scene covered as it needs to be to make sure that the investigation is thorough.
All right.
Anything else? All right.
Thanks,
Okay.
good.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Good to see y'all. Just hop.
All right. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's pretty much, we haven't learned almost no new info yet. That was the sergeant of the Irondale Police Department. Sergeant Mangina of the Irondale Police Department pretty much didn't give an update. He just pretty much told us that the state law enforcement agency of Alabama is on this. Obviously, with any officer-involved shooting, this is protocol. They are here on the scene investigating this, and I asked them the question. I don't know if you overheard it, but I asked, why was this alleged suspect's body laying here on the ground for what has now been about 3 hours, uncovered, handcuffed, face down. And the district attorney, Brandon Falls, pretty much said, when Aaliyah gets on the case, you're not to touch the scene. And Aaliyah's offices are spread out all over Alabama, so it took them quite some time to get here, which is why we were all wondering why, as it got darker, they all of a sudden came out here and started taking pictures. They were waiting for Aaliyah to get here, so that explains why the body is still there. And then the guy just took a photo right now. I'll turn it back that way so you guys can see. Yeah, you can see right over here, investigators are still over there snapping pictures of the body as it still lays on the ground, face down in handcuffs. We're still waiting to hear from Aaliyah. That's who's going to tell us kind of what happened here, kind of give us a motive as to how this all went down. I mean, from first glance and according to eyewitnesses, there appeared to be some type of chase that ended at 5th Avenue and 30th Street South. And so, I guess the alleged suspect who was now on the ground here attempted to flee, and that's when officers fired about 7 or 8 shots, according to an eyewitness. So that's all we know for right now. We're hoping that we'll hear from someone from Aaliyah before the night is out, before we get to our 10 o'clock newscast. And of course, as soon as we hear from them, we will bring it to you live here on Facebook for WIET 42 News.